So, what happens when a game just completely goes off the rails? I mean, sometimes it just leads to a total meltdown. But on one absolutely wild night, it led to a history making performance. We're going to break down how a 19-year-old rookie took all his team's chaos and channeled it into one of the most explosive scoring nights the NBA has ever seen. And really, this quote from Cooper Flagg himself, that's the key to this whole thing. He said he was motivated even further by seeing his team fight for him. You got to understand, this wasn't just about scoring points. This was a direct answer to a moment of just intense loyalty and absolute chaos. Okay, so how did we even get here? Well, this historic night didn't start with a perfect shot or a great play. Nope. It started with a referee's whistle that, well, it never blew. And the eruption on the sideline that followed changed everything. Right, here's the play. It's early in the fourth quarter. The Mavericks prize rookie, this kid, Cooper Flagg, he drives to the basket and gets hit by Desmond Bane. I mean, it looks like a clear foul, right? But nothing. The refs swallow their whistles. And in that moment of silence from the officials, the Mavericks bench, well, they found their voice, and loudly. And things just escalated fast. I mean, real fast. First, Coach Jason Kidd protests, and boom, he gets a technical foul. But then, and this is super unusual, he gets ejected after just that one tech. It usually takes two. A few moments later, his teammate Naji Marshall gets tossed for protesting too. So in just a matter of seconds, the Mavericks are out their head coach and a key player, all over one no call. So, with his team in complete disarray, all eyes suddenly turn to the 19-year-old at the center of it all. But who exactly is Cooper Flagg? Let's just take a quick step back and get to know the phenom we're talking about here. And let's be crystal clear, Flagg wasn't just some random rookie. No way. This was the #1 overall draft pick. This is a kid who had already become the first 18-year-old in league history to drop 40 points in a game. He was a frontrunner for Rookie of the Year. The hype around this guy was already through the roof. So with his coach gone and his teammate in the locker room, Flagg takes all of that chaotic, frustrating energy and he just channels it. The anger, the feeling of injustice, he turned it all into pure, unfiltered, offensive dominance. The fourth quarter basically became the Cooper Flagg show. He scored 24 points. Just let that sink in for a second. 24 points in the fourth quarter alone. After watching his team get kind of taken apart by the officials, he just decided, all right, I'm going to take apart the other team myself. Now, to put this into perspective, his previous career high was already an incredible 49 points. But on this night, completely fueled by all that chaos, he was about to do something even crazier. And now, we're in the final minutes of the game. The energy is electric. Everybody in the arena, they can feel it. History's right there. It's within reach. The chase for 50 points is officially on. Okay, so here's the final push. He's got 45 points, and he gets put back in the game. First possession. He shoots, misses, but he grabs his own rebound, gets back to the corner, and bam! Nails the three. That's 48. Next trip down, he drives into a crowd, throws up this wild, off-balance shot while he's getting fouled, and it goes in. That's 50. He then steps to the line, cool as you like, and sinks the free throw. 51 points. And with that free throw, the record was his. Cooper Flagg, at just 19 years old, became the first teenager in the entire history of the NBA to score 50 or more points in a single game. Just absolutely unbelievable stuff. But here's where the story gets a little more complicated, because this incredible, historic individual moment, it was all wrapped up inside a really tough night for his team. It was, a truly bittersweet achievement. Because when that final buzzer finally sounded, the scoreboard told a totally different story. The Mavericks, despite Flagg's absolute heroics, they lost to the Orlando Magic, 138-127. And to make it sting even more, this wasn't just any loss. It was the team's 14th straight defeat on their own home court. It just piled on to what was already a tough season, and it made Flagg's brilliant performance basically the only bright spot. And maybe Flagg's own words after the game of his life, maybe they tell you everything you need to know about his character. His focus wasn't on the record book. It was on the loss. That shows a maturity that's just way beyond his years, right? A sense that all the personal glory feels pretty hollow if the team doesn't win. So that's the story. A legendary night born from total chaos. A historic achievement inside a painful loss. And it really leaves you with a big question. Was this just one incredible fluke performance that was fueled by adrenaline? Or was this the night a 19-year-old superstar truly arrived?